Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Arcadia Junction. Today we're doing something that's new for the channel, an unboxing. Not an unboxing of an old series of models like the UF coaches, the British ones the other day, which you left great comments on and you enjoyed the video, but of a new product. Now, I don't normally buy new models. I don't normally buy off-the-shelf models, even when they're on sale. I generally always buy cheap second-hand stuff and repair it if it needs repair, because I enjoy that part of the hobby. But I wanted to get this because it's part of my development of the hobby personally, a subject I want to get into, a topic I want to get into, and it was for an unbelievably inexpensive price. So let's see what I bought. I got it from a store in Germany that was selling them on eBay for a heavily discounted price. And it's not like me to do this, but I couldn't let the opportunity go. Just see what's in here. Good. It's got those plastic big bubbles rather than those peanuts, which tend to come from a lot of things in Germany. And we'll take it out of the box and have a look. And here it is. This is what I got for the knockdown price. A starter set, a train set. And you've seen my recent video from about a month or so ago lamenting the poor quality of train sets on offer outside that of continental Europe. For a knockdown price, you get your track, your controllers, and your rolling stock. But what makes this especially good is it's a Russian train set from PIKO, made in China, but PIKO, the former East German company, now regular German. It comes with the loco, a container flat, an ore wagon, and a tanker. And here's the contents in German and in Russian. Now, I've always wanted an M62 loco anyway, so to see this for this price, I was over the moon. So let's have a look inside the box and see what we got. So after taking the lid off, we get the sheet here. It has no extra data on it with a picture, the list of contents, what you get inside. Here we have, we'll look at that in a second, and there's what you get. So you get the analog DC controller, and you get the PIKO A-track, which appears to be code 100. Well, I have to say, I've never seen this brand before. I love roadbed tracks with the pre-installed roadbed, and this is a beautiful one. As you know, my own layout, Arcadia Junction, I have Markland M-track running on AC, and I've converted the Markland C-track on the outside to DC. So this would be compatible with that. So you get enough to make a loop. Here's a straight. I hope there's more than that. Perhaps it's yes. It seems to be in the rest of the track. Seems to be in here. I think. I hope it is anyway. Oh yes. Oh, and that's. You can never have too many of these railers. So I'm delighted with that. It's a nice robust one too, with nice deep grooves in it for putting the rolling stock on the track. The sleeper spacing on these are great, and really nice. Goes together similar to many of these proprietary track systems. There's a sort of a click system inside here that locks it, as well as rail joiners, or fish plates as the English call them. I have to say, I'm really impressed with this Piko track. It's solid and robust. It's flexible like the Roco track. It's got a very, very well detailed road bed. I'm very happy with the track. So we're already on to a winner. No complaints so far. And there's the crest of the curves, like I said, and this is the power track, the feed for this guy. So let's look at the rolling stock itself. So the first is this tanker wagon. Take it out carefully. And it's got metal wheels with fine flanges. It's got the classic European HO couplers. These circular bands you get on a lot of Russian chemical cars, oil cars. I guess it's a safety thing, or to tell what's in them, probably, not just the name on the side. Nicely detailed, nice fine handrails. Yeah, no complaints there. Whether this is a completely authentic Russian model, I really don't know. There's some of you out there would know better than me, but it's a beautiful model. I'm so far I'm over the moon with what I have here. Next is the ore wagon. Be really careful getting these out. And that comes with extra fitted details of some kind. I think for all the rolling stock. Yep, I'd say it's for all the rolling stock. It's things like brake hoses and so on, MU hoses. So this is the Russian Railways. I think maybe it's a private company. Ore wagon, nicely detailed, wood on the inside, very fine detailing here. I don't know if you can see that. Very finely detailed. Again, nice wheels. Nice, even though it's well detailed, it feels solid. It has a solid feel about it. Now the next thing we move on to is the container flat. Now it says Morflot, which I guess is either a trademark. Again, it's a bit scary taking it out. Well, there's two styrofoam plugs to hold it for safety. And here it is with two containers saying Morflot. And this is a very nicely detailed model. I don't know if you can see it seems to have holes there to fit Stachicons, or it's for the containers, I'd say. And the red brake wheel, it's all metal on. There seems to be metal under here. And there's a good bit of play on these. Yeah, plenty of play. And the containers say USSR. So I don't know if all the rolling stock, including this, is from the Soviet Union days, but I'm certainly happy that the containers say that, because that's the kind of era I'm aiming for. So we'll leave that to one side. And then we come to the main event, the M62 logo. And it's painted in Russian green. It's held in again by two styrofoam foam plugs. And there it is. Oh boy, this is gorgeous. It's really, really heavy. Wow. It's beautiful. It's some serious weight to it. It's all-wheel drive, all-wheel pickup. Look at the detail on the front. The swiveling coupler, two horns on the roof. You can see through, that's a fine mesh, and you can see the fan underneath. I don't think that's molded on. I think that's an actual, yeah, it seems to be actual mesh. So this locomotive by itself, on some of the retailers, was going for 325 euros. This version of this model, this actual one. I got the whole thing for 160, plus the shipping wasn't that expensive. So I got the locomotive for half the whole set for half of what the locomotive was selling for its own on. And I couldn't be happier. Now I'm going to test out all this on my regular layout. The first thing we'll do is give the locomotive The M62 already wants to go, power's on. A run by itself, and we'll just test its... I can't get over the weight of this thing, it's really heavy. So it's going to have some tractive effort. So there it is. Looking splendid, I must say. We'll start with 0 and see what the startup speed is. I don't have an amp meter or a voltmeter, so I'm just going to go by the settings on the gauge master controller. So we'll go forward first. Well, starts up nice and slow straight out of the box, no complaints there. Direction, yep, same starting speed, silent, near silent. Okay, let's see how much of a crawl we can get on. We'll go back a little further. So I can't even hear it, it's so quiet. So we'll go with a nice, whatever the first response is on the thing, on the controller. And there it goes. And I didn't even clean this track. And it's just crawling along nicely. And I wouldn't be surprised if it stopped because my track has not been cleaned. In fact, that's the best way to test your new locomotives. I always say that with the worst track, or not the worst track, but you know, realistically, it goes a little faster in that direction. But that's also because it's downhill. The layout has a slight downhill thing there. There are traction tires, 2 of them here and here, and there's 1 here. So there seems to be 3 traction tires in total. So between that and the weight, it'll have a pretty intense adhesion. We'll stop that. We'll move it out of the way. The first thing on will be the container wagon. Beautifully freewheeling. You can see there. That's how good it is. It's showing the hill down on my layout. It's beautifully freewheeling. I'll just put this here for now, the old triangle railer. Now you know I'm happy about it. I got a new one. Next, the ore wagon, or the ore car. It itself also beautifully freewheeling. Look at that. Comes downhill, no problem. This set was an outstanding bargain. And Piko, I love the old East German Piko stuff from the Iron Curtain days, and it was good stuff even then, but it's outstanding stuff now. It's remarkable quality. And finally I'll put on they couple up nice and simply. It's just pure quality, just absolute pure quality. So the brake wheel at the end of the tanker. And we'll stop her about there. And we'll try and gently couple it up to the first wagon using the automatic coupler. And there it goes. Oh, no, it didn't go. Didn't quite. It could be because I'm on a hill. I'm not going to be too picky about that. I'll push the wagon. Yeah, it's because I'm on a hill and it's pushing the wagon away. It's not any fault with the coupling system. It's fine. So it looks very smart for a starter set. So let's take it from a slow start and send it around the layout. And off she goes. And because it's a freight train, we'll run it at a reasonable speed. Made its first circuit of the layout, and all the rolling stock got over the points, no problem. And we'll bring it to a stop. I mean, really, what can I say other than bravo Piko, and I'm over the moon. This is an absolutely spectacularly good set. I've always wanted an M62. To get a Soviet one of this quality and this build